Hi everybody, it's Granny J Clay here. I am having a play day with clay today. I have those every once in a while because it kind of sparks creativity in me. If I can just play, I don't really have anything in mind. Well, I sort of do, but I'm not sure exactly how to get there with it. So we're gonna play a little bit. I have this lime green clay that I used for something else, so I dug it out and I just rolled it again through my pasta machine. And so what I'm going to do is put that aside, and I just took a ball of clay. There's something on my screen here. Okay, I apologize for the lights over here. They're lights that hang over my table, and they're kind of like a big parentheses or comma or something. And I don't know how to not have them glare on my glass here, but if you can just live with it for today, thank you. This won't be long, but I just wanted to make sure that I warm this clay up really well. I think I'm going to make a tube bead, a little bit of a different tube bead. There is a gal by the, well, I don't know what her name is, but her station, or her YouTube channel, excuse me, is called Charleston Clay Studios. So look that up, Charleston Clay Studios. And she doesn't have very many videos out, but she has a couple which are really, really nice. She does beautiful work. And I noticed that she made some tube beads, and so I'm going to try a larger tube bead just to see how that works out today. So you go ahead and check her out when you get a minute, and I think you'll enjoy the videos that she does have. She has great ideas. Okay. On yesterday's video, I kept calling my cube beads tube beads, so sorry about that if you watched that video. Okay, so now I've warmed this ball up pretty well. What I'm going to do is just shape it, kind of roll it. Like I said, it's going to be a big tube bead, and that way you'll get to see it better, and it's just a practice, kind of a fun thing for me to do anyway. So you know what, you could leave it this big and have a nice big focal bead on a piece of leather, kind of like my necklaces from yesterday's video, I guess. That would surely work. Okay, it's becoming, this is about the size I want it, because I want to trim some of it off. So what I'm going to do is just kind of push this in and make sure the ends are a little bit flatter. Maybe I'll just do it this way. But that ended up pretty round, not too bad. So you're getting the rough side of claying today. See how I can come up with something. Okay. Now at this point, I want to figure out how to put a hole in it without squishing it. You know what I mean? I could drill a hole later, but I don't want to. I want to be able to have a hole in it now and have that already done. So I'm going to just try something here and see if it works. I've got a, let's see here, is this the one? It's not. I've got a knitting needle here, and since it's got a point on it, what I'm going to do is try to go straight down the middle with it, but I'm going to have to kind of do it at an angle, guys, because the camera's right here. I don't know if I can, no, I can't put it all the way up there, so bear with me here. I'm going to put it in. I hope you can see it. I'm just probably right out of your range of seeing it, but, and if it, you know, this disforms the tube bead right now, it's okay. It's not a big deal. So I think I'm down to the other end. See, it made it a little bit fatter. That's okay though. And I'm just going to come through the end. Make sure I'm coming through the middle of the bead here. Okay, maybe you can see it coming out. Now I'm going to stop right there, pull it out. Ooh, that's a nice hole. And so you could use something rather nice and heavy to string this if you left it a focal bead, because it has a nice, it has a big hole on it. Okay, let me just twist it a little bit. Twist it, twist it, twist it. Make sure we've got a nice hole formed. All right, now I'm going to try to twist it right out. I did. Okay, well, that worked pretty well. This is about, let's see, how big is this? Let's see. Oh, it is about an inch. It's about an inch wide. And how tall? About an inch tall. Okay, so there is the tube bead, large tube bead. Now what I'm going to do is what the gal did from Charleston Clay Studios. I'm going to trim off a little bit of this. And let's see, which ones should I use to do that? Let's see here. I want something rather firm. This might work. I got many tissue blades. And when she trimmed up her tube before she did some twisting of it, this is what she did. Like I said, go see her. She cut some of it off, but she did better than I did because she did it in one swoop, and it was straighter like that. That's better. Like that, yeah. Now maybe I should come from this way too to make it a little bit more even. We'll see how this turns out. Yeah, we'll just keep going for right now. And I want to leave a little bit in between each of the slabs that I cut off. Okay. And be careful not to cut yourself if you do this. Okay. Okay. So I cut some off, and it's, as you can see, it has edges in it that are a little thicker that weren't cut, some that have been. So what I'm going to do now is very carefully, I'll move this out of the way, I'm just going to very carefully start to turn it. You know, I'm just going to walk my fingers around it. And we're going to see how this twists out. Let's see if it twists very, very well here. Just like that. You don't have to twist much, and you just should keep kind of going around it, and then I'm going to smooth as I go here. Okay. Smooth as I go. Okay. See how that's twisting? Yeah, that's quite cool, isn't it? I've got some marks here and there. I wear gloves a lot when I work with clay because my fingers are so beat up, and you know, I think I told you that before. They're very dry and cracked, but today I just decided, no, I'm not going to. I'll just show you without gloves. So when I have gloves on, the smoothing out goes a little bit better sometimes, because I can make more marks when my fingers are all. Let's just see that. Look at that. And, oops, sorry. Yeah. So just going to rub on it a little bit. Rub on it a little bit more. Make it smooth. Make it smooth. Okay, now I'm going to twist a little bit more. There we go. And I'm not going to have it twist too much, but I do want it twisted. Okay. Just make sure that as I go, yeah, like that. Then, look at that. It looks like it's squared off. Not on this side, though. That's interesting. Maybe I need to twist this a little bit more. Now, you're noticing that the hole is also closing up. So I'm going to go on the wider end, and I'm going to work it through a little bit, because I don't want my hole to disappear. You know, maybe it would be okay to make sure this is on there, but it's easily moved. Maybe it'd be okay to twist right on here. You know, you could just put it on the knitting needle and twist, 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 twist. So we'll see how this works out. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's not too bad for the first time, but I think I would practice a little bit more before I made some. But it's working. It's working okay. And then what I want to show you is how you can even go a little bit further with this. Okay. There's some areas that need smoothing out for sure. And there's a little bit of a blemish there. Can you see that? Here, I have to come this way. Do you see that little blemish right there? What I'm going to do is take one of my tools, and I'm just going to kind of get that off of there very lightly. There, came right off. It came right off. Okay, good. Move that out of the way. And that's still not smooth like I want it to be smooth. Okay. And okay. There we go. So I hope you're having a good day today. I am. I gave my husband his summer haircut. Very short. In fact, we set the trimmer on a 3, and that took it way down to his scalp almost. But he likes that. It gets very hot and humid here in the summertime. So we live in Kansas, and we're supposed to have storms move through later today. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. And but anything you can do to keep a little bit cooler is a good thing. It's always a good thing. Now, it depends on how much of a twist you want in your bead, but I love, love, love texture, so I'm going to do that. I think that's twisted pretty well. Yeah, you like that? I do. Okay, now what I'm going to do is to hold on to the bead lightly, and I'm going to try to twist it right out of here. We'll see what happens. And you know what, I could have put there we go. I just broke the seal or something. I could have put a release on here. What I use for a release is, I'll show you. Almost always I can use Argo cornstarch. I could have just dipped the knitting needle into the Argo cornstarch and then put the clay on. Might have been a little slippery, but you don't need much of the cornstarch to make a release. So that's a very good release, and it washes off. I mean, it won't stay in your clay, it washes off. You can just wipe it right off. Okay, I like that. I'm satisfied with that. And now I'm going to take it completely off if I can do it. Okay, now it still has a nice hole. I'm going to check for holes. Yep, it has a good hole in it. So put that over there. This ended up, yeah, it's about 1 by 1, so 1 inch by 1 inch. And it would really be a nice, and I'm going to take it and flatten it again a little bit, push it down. Be a nice focal bead. And that didn't do a thing to the holes. The holes still stayed in. So just allow yourself, when you have clay and you're playing with clay, just allow yourself to play. And not to be serious about making something all the time. Because you can really get a lot of wonderful ideas out of playing with clay. Okay, there we go. Now, you can do something with this that would add a little bit more color, and you can either bake it first and add the color after it comes out of the oven, or you can add the color before it goes into the oven. Excuse me. I don't know, when I don't talk very much in the morning and then I begin to do a video, I need a drink of water, excuse me, then I seem to be getting a raspy voice. There, maybe that will help a little bit. So what I'm going to do now, maybe not, what I'm going to do now is I would love to have some sort of more texture on that. I'm not exactly sure what I want. So let me just see. What might I have? I do have this this little it's called Impress Art stamp, and this is I'll show you. It's a See how the flower prints on that? And I just don't know how hard I can push. Yeah, if I don't push hard enough, you won't see it very well. So what I probably should have done is left the knitting needle in until I was done stamping it, if that's what I was going to do. However, you can do other things as well. Let's do something simple. I know what we'll do. We will use, let's see if I can find I had some here, toothpicks. Oh, you know what? I can use this. This is like a toothpick. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stripe it a little bit. I'm just going to stripe it at an angle. Hope you can see that. And then, and then the next one, I'm going to come down a little bit further. And that, okay. Just so you get it marked. And then I'm going to twist it a little bit more when I'm done. Okay, so I'm pressing in, but not hard enough to make the tube collapse. So that's three, that's three. Okay, now we'll come over here. Let's do this. This should have been a little bit longer. It's so fun just to sit and play and figure things out, and you can get serious about later when you really want to make something with tube beads, you know what I mean? You can just play. Have a play day. Okay. All right, we got it that way. Now I'm going to twist it just a hair, not very much, but just a hair more. Yeah, like that. So we still have there's some residue of clay there, so I'll take that off. We still have the lines. They're still there. You see? And so that just adds a little bit of something to your design as well. Excuse me. I think now that I've done that, I think what I'm going to do is put some. Oh, let's see, what should we use here? I'm going to get out my pan pastels. And I have a beautiful pink here. I love pink and green. Ooh, love pink and green. And I'm going to move my other clay away from here so it doesn't get anything on it. And what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of pink to this. Pastels are, it's another medium for painting. They're just fun, really fun to work with. They'll last forever too. They tend to be a little bit expensive, I think, in my own opinion. But let's see here, what do I want to use? I'm going to use a dabber. I call this a dabber. What does it say? It is Sponge It stick, made in China. And I'm sure I got it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby somewhere. But it has these sponges on the end. And so I'm going to try to just use this to, I'm just going to do this. Yeah, I don't want a whole bunch on there. So, and I'm just going to do a little bit of striping here. Ooh, that's beautiful. Ooh, isn't that a pretty pink? That is pretty. Okay, now I'm going to come down that way. Oh, isn't that pretty? Pink and green really look nice together. I want to make sure I have enough, but not overdo it here. Okay. All right, and now we'll do this one too. Need a little bit more. Oh, that looks really nice with that. And you have to be careful. Do you see how the with my hand, I got some pink right in the middle there. And that's not going to bother me because I am going to, and if it did, you know what you can do is you can just take, you can take a Q-tip if you want to, or you can take one of the baby wipes that you are using, and you can just kind of wipe that off a little bit. Okay, it's not completely coming off. So if you wanted it completely off, you could just take a Q-tip and dip it into actually fingernail polish remover, and just then make sure you take your Q-tip and get as much polish remover out of it before you put it on your clay. You don't want it all over everywhere. And then you'll wipe it off. And you can do that after it's baked too. So now what I want to do is just to add a little bit in the center as well. Just a swipe. Okay. That's pretty. I like that. Okay. Remember, it's a play day. We're trying to just figure something new out. It's okay. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to do whatever you want to do on a play day. Okay, and then I'm going to put some more around this edge too. Need a little bit more on there. Okay. I'm just kind of curious how many of you out there like to play with clay. We, art things kind of run in our family. You know, we each do our own thing. I come from a family of 6 children, and each one of us have our own kind of thing that we like to do. And my dad could draw without looking at anything. He did not take that for any schooling or anything like that. All right, I'm going to just run my finger over it to smooth it. And his brother could draw pencil drawings that are just dreamy. I'll show you those sometime. I want a little bit more here. And my dad's sisters could draw and paint. I have a sister in Houston who is a wonderful painter, and she paints with watercolor as well as acrylic sometime. Okay. I just wanted you to know that I went over this with this thinner end, but this is a thicker end, so it has double ends. Let's see if it says on here what it is. Wilton. Oh, I bought it in the baking department, I'm sure, at Michael's. Okay, so now I'm going to just come back and kind of just follow my original line here. Just very lightly. Very, very lightly. Yeah, like that. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now, if you wanted to, you could put more on the ends, too. But I think I'm going to leave the ends. It's got a little bit of pink on that end, so I'll put a little bit of pink on this end. Sometimes you can make a mistake, and then you can just add to it and make it look like it was supposed to be there. Anyway, I'm going to get a little bit of that out of there. Okay. And I'll put a little bit more on this side, too, now. Just a little bit. I want the green to show, though. Okay, now that's not bad, is it? It's not a bad bead for playing, just for playing. Okay, there you go. And then, of course, you could make it into whatever you wanted to make it into. And if you made a, if you make a necklace out of it, you can add beads to the necklace, and this would be a cute focal bead. You can do just many, many things with that. So there you have it. There's a tube bead. Thanks for playing with me today. I know this is short and sweet, but that's what I wanted to do. You know what else I wanted to do? I might make another video after this, so this one doesn't get too long, but like I said, I've been playing Hawaiian music and thinking of our time in Hawaii, and a few years back I made some clay beads that made a necklace look like a Hawaiian lei, sort of. Very easy, very simple. So I might just do that after I stop this and show you how that works. Okay, so there you have it, leftover clay and a little bit of my pan pastels. Isn't that beautiful? I love that color. And I have a bead. I'm going to bake it, and we'll see what I do with it. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. And if I like it, I'll make more. But I like it as a focal bead. It gives some weight to a necklace when you have a focal bead like that. So, okay, that's all for my play date today, or at least for right now. If I make another video, I will put it on and show you what that is later. Okay, have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.